Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for Squid Game, this one's going to be doing another discussion video for today, this one I'm going to be talking about Squid Game and the idea of turning this into a mega franchise. So, this was just a massive throw off to me. I did not expect anything like this. Squid Game apparently, guys, after the end of Season 2, has revealed a few things that they're going to be doing in advancement of, the brand. Now, they announced about, I'd say roughly a week ago, that they were going to be doing a spinoff on the American version of Squid Game, right? Which makes sense. Obviously, some people don't like, having to read subtitles, and some people don't like dubbed versions and stuff like that. So, obviously, they're going to try to make it to where people that don't like to watch, entertainment like that will be able to watch it under an American version, which, makes sense. I really have no problem with that. And I thought that was kind of it, and then randomly I find out that this is happening. And that's when I was just like, okay, hang on a minute. This was supposed to be originally a 2-season show. The showrunner literally confirmed this whole thing. Which now, of course, the 2 seasons turned into 3 seasons, which obviously, as we all know, it's very, very clear that Season 2 of Squid Game was supposed to be the final season, and they chopped it up into making a 3rd season because they wanted to get more money out of it, and they wanted to get more mileage out of it, because, we already know that Season 3 of Squid Game is releasing in June. They could have easily released this entire season back in December. Easily. You can't tell me they couldn't have. But here's the thing. They want to split it up, they want to give people some stuff to get excited for, and split it up into a trilogy of seasons. That's totally fine. But what I don't understand is now all of a sudden there's this, which is a mega franchise of Squid Game. There is Squid Game World, there is Squid Game 1987, there is the 3 seasons we have, the American Squid Game, and apparently that's just phase 1 of a franchise. Why does everything need to be a franchise? Am I the only one that feels this way? Why does everything have to be a franchise? Squid Game, to me, is a great show on its own. Why in the world do you have to turn this into a franchise? I'll never understand the logic behind that. So, apparently, Squid Game will be a franchise. Apparently, Squid Game is turning into an absolute huge brand. And apparently, there's more than this. Apparently, this is just phase 1 of God knows how many. Listen, I understand things make money. I understand, things get popular. But you know how you make it non-popular, to put it in a decent way? Well, because you you ruin a franchise by expanding it too much and milking it too much. Trust me, I've seen a lot of them. Game of Thrones, I think they are insanely milking that brand. There is not a reason for as many spinoffs as that franchise is planning. Same thing with The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead has had a great run, and then lately it's like the more spinoffs they announce, the less interested people are, because sometimes people can't keep up with everything. I can speak for myself on this one, and I know a lot of people can probably relate to this. I had to drop a lot of the Marvel shows, a lot of Marvel content, because it's so much. I don't understand how you can have someone to keep up with all this entertainment. You know what I mean? It's almost physically impossible. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm not going to watch it. Every single show that comes out for Squid Game, I will give a fair chance, because that's what I do. I do the same thing with Game of Thrones, and I do the same thing with The Walking Dead. I give every individual show a fair chance, and if I like it enough, I continue to watch it. It's not me saying I'm backing out. I will cover everything related to this on the channel. I will cover a big franchise for Squid Game. I'm here for it. It's, I'm not going to back out of it. But if I notice that there's a lot of bad quality spinoffs and they're clearly being made to just milk the franchise, which even if they're good, we all know that they're milking the Squid Game franchise. It doesn't take a genius to realize that. You know what I mean? One show that was originally planned to be 2 seasons, and I think at one point there's only supposed to be 1 season. And that comes from the horse's mouth. And now all of a sudden there's an entirely big franchise being planned for this thing. What the hell is going on, So, obviously, Squid Game is trying their best to hang on to their fame and trying their best to hang on to what they built, which, like I said, I understand you want to make money, and you could make money by doing this and doing a lot of spinoffs, but the problem is, if you look at franchises like The Walking Dead, or you look at franchises like Game of Thrones, their viewer base is dropping off because people don't want to keep watching all these random spinoffs that don't really connect to anything. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm kind of just blown away by the idea of doing a franchise for Squid Game. It just doesn't feel like the type of franchise to where it would be a franchise. I don't know if I'm alone in that topic, but I don't believe that this is something that needs a franchise. I don't believe that this is something that needs phases on top of that. You honestly should have just made the 3 seasons that you're going to do, end it there. And if you want to do the American adaptation, fine, because that's not a spinoff. That's not a spinoff at all. The American version is so that you can decide which version of it you want. You know, The Office has 2 different versions. Shameless has 2 different versions. There are a bunch of shows that do that. So with that, it's not a big deal. Go ahead and do that. But when you're giving me Squid Game World and Squid Game the original and Squid Game American and Squid Game 1987 and Squid Game this, that's when I have to just kind of pull back and I'm like, okay, let's regroup here. What is going on? And apparently that's only phase 1 of multiple. So I guess for all my Squid Game subscribers, all the people that are watching my videos for Squid Game, I'll leave you with this. I'm going to watch what happens. I'm going to watch the spinoffs. I give everything a chance for the things that I like. The Walking Dead, I do that. Game of Thrones, I do that. I'm on the verge of stopping with that one, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms, that new show coming out. When it comes to this franchise right here, I will watch whatever they put out. I give it a 3-episode rule. If I don't like the first 3 episodes of a spinoff, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I'm not dedicating myself to a franchise like this. And I don't know how anybody could, admittedly. But I'm going to see what these are. I'm going to see what they are. I don't judge things before watching them. I don't like to do that. But I will judge this. This is one thing I can judge. This was not a franchise to do a franchise for. This is not a show to do a franchise for. I don't believe that this franchise is... I don't believe this show is built for a franchise, if you get what I'm saying. I look at this as a special 3-season show that should have left itself be. Maybe some people will disagree. Maybe some people will agree. I don't know. I don't believe that we need a franchise. And honestly, I really hope I'm wrong. I hope that this is a successful franchise. I hope that I eat my own words on this. I wouldn't want to see something as good as Squid Game is get messed up and ran through the mud for like over a decade. You know what I mean? With all these other spinoffs. I don't want to see that. Squid Game back in 2021 when it first released was a special time thing, and it was supposed to be that. And there wasn't even a full-on guarantee there was a season 2. And then they were like, okay, well, we'll do one more season to cap it off, And then it was a season 3, and now all of a sudden it's a franchise. I think my other big concern is, are they going to end season 3 on a cliffhanger for the rest of the franchise? That would piss me off. End your show correctly. Do not cliffhanger Squid Game. So it just goes by the trope of the 2020s. It goes with the trope that I cannot stand with entertainment. We have to do a franchise. Anything that gets a decent amount of views, we have to do a franchise. Don't understand that logic. Never will and never have. But it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts. Are you going to be watching the Squid Game franchise? Are you kind of like, Dan, after season 3, I'm probably out of here? I get that. But if you're going to stick around, I'm going to stick around. I'm going to see what they're going to do with this, but I'm not going to promise I'm going to cover everything about it. It has to be good. It has to be good quality. So there you go. Post comments down below. If you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos for Squid Game. Make sure, of course, to follow me on Dan's Views Official on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Squid Game. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist. Beat world gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.